Morning. Hey, everybody. Good morning to you. All roads to the money. We're going to talk about this morning. I was going to do this video yesterday, but apparently I had live stream issues. My streaming was not clear and it kept going in and out. And today I said I'll come in and still give this information to you because, like I said, I wanted to give it to you yesterday, but today is my birthday. So I won't be long, not this morning. Okay. Hi, everybody. Well, I want to get back in. And like I said, after tax season, I wanted to kind of get back into the groove of things and helping my customers and my clients to get out here and make this money. Okay. Look like, I hope that's not the same. Look like it is still trying to do a little something, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna see what that is going in and out. Don't know what that's all about. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to give you a few. I think I may have about 7 or 8 to give you today on how to use money, these money making tools. And these money making tools are the tools that you need to grow a business. So I want to get my stuff. Ooh, Lord, I just did something to Vigo. I just knocked you guys down. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make your head hurt this morning. All right. Okay. No. There that is. That's a little bit better this morning. That's better. Okay. All right. Now let's see. All right. There we go. Okay. So now I hope everybody can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me if you can hear me. Now we're gonna go ahead and get on. Like I said, it'll be about 7 of them that I will discuss. And let us go ahead and begin because I know you may have a lot to do. And if you are listening to the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Preston, how you doing? Oh, what is this? Pressure. Hey, how are you? All right, so you can hear me, right? All right. Now, first thing is we're talking about these money making tools for you to grow your business. And thanks so much for the love in the heart. If you keep tapping, yeah, the more you tap, the more I give you a little information. And what it does is when you're tapping, you're hearting up the screen that let others know that, hey, there's some good stuff over here. So if you not heartening up, then it tells me, oh, she's, I'm not feeling this information. And then I may just end the live stream, may just stop because I don't need to hear wasting time if it's nothing that you want to know about. So at least that's the least you can do. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I hope that you are having a beautiful morning so far, or whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. Now, the first thing is, I know you all know how to set up a business. You know how to get the LLC. You know how to do your business bank account. You know how to do all of that other stuff. You good at that. I mean, hey, I give you a plus 100, 115 as a matter of fact. I give you that. But staying in business and growing your business is a total different science. It's a total different mindset. And it's a total different way of you staying in business. And now the only way you can stay in business is you're going to have to do one, you're going to have to at least get customers. You're going to have to at least repeat those customers or add on to the services that you're already giving these customers. And then also you're going to have something of value to give them, right? So some of the things, even if you have all of those three of those, right, you're still going to need systems and you're still going to need tools to be able to kind of like make this a revolving cycle because you got to keep growing. Something grows, what it does, it moves, right? So you got to keep moving. And then these are some things that you have to do in order to make sure that you are growing and staying in business. And so that's going to be the key for the rest of the year. That's all I'm going to be talking about with you guys: staying in business, growing your business, and stop acting like your business, stop being bipolar in your business, meaning, no offense to anyone that has that disorder, but it's just like, you're bipolar. You don't know which way you're going. Your business don't know which way to turn. You don't know what to do. Your market don't know what to do. So you've got to stay on track. Okay. And so if you are seeing anything and if I miss you, please kind of just repeat it because I may miss it because I am going to try to give you this information and stay on track. Okay. So one of the most important things is knowing your foundation of whatever it is that you're going to create or you're going to do. Right. So, and what I mean by that is getting the foundational part set up. That means I'm going to give you a pretty much, this is not the all of the checklist, but this is a great, good part of the checklist that I do want to share and make sure that you are. It may seem simple. You may say, okay, I have this, and you may take this for granted, but you do not need to take these things for granted if you are in business. Now, if you out here playing, then that's a totally different story. Keep on playing and you're gonna miss out on some money, especially if you want to grow a business. Now, one of the most important things right now is social media. Okay, get those platforms secured. What I mean by that, whatever name that you've named your business, I want you to lock in. Go ahead and get your, hey, good morning, good morning. Go ahead and get your handle, your secure your name. So in the future, if you're not going to use it yet, no one can come in and take that name from you. And then, so you don't want your audience and your customers confused in the future. You just think future. Don't only think of now when you're in business. Think of the future of your business. Think of the future things that you're going to do in your business. And in the future, 5 years from now, you may be on another platform. You may be doing something else. And these social media handles, securing them won't cost you a dime. Only thing it'll cost you is a little bit of your time in setting them up. You don't even, if you're not going to use them now, you don't even have to worry about coming up with a description of what you're doing. Just secure your name, go back and do that other stuff later. Okay. Make sure that's one of the things you're doing. You can use, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat still, there. And I mean, like some of the other, any kind of YouTube, of course, YouTube. Let's not forget YouTube, your Gmail account. Set up a Gmail account, but you need to have a business email address if you're going to be doing business. But your Gmail account is it's gonna be packed and powered with your channels. And let me give you some more of what is the beauty of having a a Gmail account. A Gmail account, you have it automatically. That's automatically giving you a YouTube channel. And then you have your drive. You can buy more space. But if you are going to be in business, at some point, you're going to need that, okay? I don't care what kind of business you're doing, you're going to need a drive. Whether it is you're going to be able to eventually, because later on in your business, you're going to be able to add more services onto your business. Like, for instance, if you're doing something let's say you might have written a book or something. You may want to, send them a video or giving them a description of your book. You may want to put that in a drive and create a link. But all of that is a little bit advanced. I'm not talking about, just believe what I say. You need a drive. You're going to need a drive. And so all of that is going to be included in your Gmail when you're setting up your Gmail account, right? Okay. Now, also, what comes with that too is you have a place for your Google Docs, and you have a Excel, you have a spreadsheet, you have an area where you can do slides and things like that. And so all of this can be a part of your package when you are in business. There's so many other little apps that comes with that, your maps and calendar, setting up appointments, and you'll be able to chat. And there's so many. You can run your Google ads. You have forms. You even have surveys. You can create forms, Google forms. You can create surveys with that. It's just so many other things that you can use with with your Gmail account. But that's going to be something that you're going to have. You kind of like, that's going to be like your administrative behind the scene kind of like baby. But your professional email, yeah, that's going to be for when you're out here working on grants, when you're out here working on getting funding for your business. That you need to be as professional as possible, and having a professional email is going to make it all the difference in the world. GoDaddy, you can get a domain from GoDaddy, and GoDaddy has they has an option, and they have a way that you can even purchase your business Gmail business email from that. And then even Gmail, the Gmail suite has one too as well. So it kind of like all depends on what you want to do and how you want to pursue that goal with that. Now let's get into it a little further of what else that will possibly benefit you. Instagram, I did say that, and all of those aesthetic those are somehow you may want to have a product or service that you want to put on each platform that you may want to put on Instagram. And each platform has its own way of being able for you to present your products and your services to that platform. So each, it is what it is. Now, and let's not discredit these important other things that you're going to need. You're going to need, thanks so much for the likes. You're going to need some kind of ad campaign. You're going to need that in the future. So your Google Analytics and your Google Tag and your Google AdWords is going to help you to kind of know who you're going to market to, and then also your Facebook ads, and then all these other things that I mentioned too, like TikTok. You can run ads on whatever these platforms, LinkedIn. You can run ads on YouTube, whichever your business model is going to support. Okay. And so you want to make sure that you have all of these things. And this is a part of your making money tools. Okay. None of this is left out. All of this is important for you. And so now let's go on and get into some of the those market discovery tools. And a lot of these tools that I'm mentioning to you are free. They don't cost you anything. It costs you your time if you're doing them yourselves. And then if you hire this is no different. If you're hiring this out, yes, they're going to use they're going to use these same tools that I'm speaking of. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to tell you that, but they're going to, they will. So if you are, your budget is not where you want it to be now, and you feel like you just can't start a business, you can. You need to put in some sweat equity, get out here and make it happen. Now with your market discovering is, it is what it just says. It is what it is. It's just you're discovering the market that you are going to serve. You're discovering the people that's going to be your customers. And once you find them, there's some things that you need to do. And then how to find them is just getting and searching for them, like Google Trends. I've done several videos on how to approach this from an aspect of using Google Trends. I've been using Google Trends for years. And then you can find out more about your target audience. Now, if you are interested in a future workshop that I'm getting ready to start, we're going to launch it in June. Just put in 90 days, and I'll send you the link when that opportunity comes. So we're going to do a 90-day intensive. I'll be with you working. It won't be, some of the material might be recorded, but I will be with you, walking you, taking you, but it's going to be 3 weeks. This is going to be a 3 week course. No, yeah, not 3 weeks. I'm sorry, 3 months, 12 weeks, and 90 days. Either way you want to put it, that's what it's going to be. It's going to equal out to 3 months, 12 weeks, 90 days. However you want to say it, that's what it's going to be. And if you put in 90 days, I'll send you that information. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that you are growing your business. You have got your business is going to make money. That's the value you're going to get out of this is going to be, I would say, this particular training camp. Well, not training camp, this particular money making camp. This is going to be like a little camp for you. All right. For you to have someone out there that's going to help you get there. And then you won't be out here by yourself, and have you accountable if you want to be held accountable. But if you want to just shuck and jive and play, then you're gonna have to go somewhere else, because we're not gonna be playing. Okay, we're gonna get the job done, and before the end of this year, in which we're already in April. We're almost getting ready to be May, almost getting ready to be half the year's going to be over. So if you haven't, you're mad with yourself, you've been hard on yourself about, no, I haven't done anything with this year, this will be the time to at least change that. Okay. So you have another opportunity. You have a second chance, a third chance to get it right. Okay. And so that's what's coming up for you. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and finish talking about your market discovery. And like I was mentioning to you, Google Trends. Google Trends will help you to find out what's trending in your market, what's trending in your lane of your niche. And that will help you to come up with ideas, and then also how to package that. It's a science to all of this, you guys. If you knew how to do it, you would already be doing it and getting it done, right? So a lot of you need to get out of your own way and discovering the market for your business. Even if you're writing a book or whatever it is, you have a specific audience or specific target that want that book that maybe you have in your mind that you want to write or you have already written, or it can be, you coming up with something that's going to be beneficial for young people, whatever it is. I'm not only saying that a book, you may be in ministry and you have a certain niche in ministry that you feel like you're talking to a certain group of people. In this 90-day intensive, we would learn how to reach those people and how to reach only those. Remember, you always hear it says, you don't talk to everybody, you talk to your specific audience. And that is what you have to do, is talk to your specific audience. That's what you have to do. Okay. And someone just pulled up at my door. So anyway, so that is what you have to do. So let's see here. Okay. I don't know what this is. Wait a minute, you guys. Today's my birthday and I don't know what. Look, now somebody surprising me with something. I don't know what I don't know what it is. Oh no. Hold on one second. Can y'all hold on one second, please? Hold on one second. Let me see what this is. It's a package coming. Hold on. I'm gonna have to edit this out on my other. Hold on, I'll be back. Let's see. All right, I'm back. I don't know what that is. I'll look at it in a few minutes. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, now let's go ahead and finish what we were doing here. All right. Whew. So back to what I was saying. So with that part with the market discovery, that is going to be a very important part too as well. Now, and then also, like I said, the surveys and all of these other things, so you can find out who you're going to be, who you're going to be talking to. Now, the next thing is going to be you conveying the message. All right. So what does that look like? That look like conveying the message. Look like you coming up with a specific niche, and you are definitely communicating on a level that is going to be, nobody's going to understand this language but your target audience. Okay, whatever it is. And then that way, this is another way that you have to sit down and you have to study. You have to, when I mean study, you have to do some research and you have to discover, where are my what is my client, what do they want to hear, what kind of language do they speak, and then you are to convey that, whether it be through a hashtag, whether it be through a specific headline, or whether it be for talking to them any kind of way, coming up with questions to ask them at the beginning of an intro video, or having like, for instance, and we'll talk about this in a few minutes, like if you have you have an email and then you're talking to your audience. Now, when you are talking to your audience through email, there's a specific language, or there's a specific conversation that you all need to have. and only they will understand it. There's just like, just to take for instance, you go into a Korean or Chinese store or something like that, and they're speaking their language. You have no earthly idea of what they're speaking of or what they're talking about, right? If you don't speak their language. So that's just what it is. If you send in some random person an email, or you conveying something to them, sending them a letter, trying to talk about the I would say, if you are selling a book on relationship, and this person here is about a single person, and then this person is married or whatever, and they don't understand that what a single person going through, because heck, they've been married and they don't care. So what you're saying, they wouldn't understand that language. They'd be like, well, they wouldn't even feel the emotional side of it, because they are not where you are. They're totally in a different mindset than you are. So things like that. So you want to be able to make sure that you're good with that. Or either if you're not writing it, or if you're not conveying the message, you need to hire somebody that can convey that message for you. So you need to make sure that that's done. Okay. So now, and then also making sure that you are giving it to them plain and simple, so you're not all over, running all over their head. And then finding the wording of how you can, what are the words, what are the buzzwords to all of this, so where you can communicate that to them too. So when they, the buzzwords, or either when they see that word, they're drawn to what you're saying. So you can put that in your title. All of that need to be researched, and all of that need to be, and need to be conveyed to them. So, and now just going on to the next thing, when I talked about, just talked about earlier, getting that email communications together. And then also, there are tools that you can use for this. You don't have to work so hard with it. There's a thing that I've used before, and I think it's been bought out by Neil Patel, Answer the Public. I used to use that. You put in a word, and then it'll tell you all of the, how many times that word has been searched, and all of the other things, and, and all of the phrases. And then once you kind of go to that particular phrase, now it used to be more free, but now they charge for it a little bit. They charge for it. So let me see. Let me pull up something here that I can kind of give you the answer to, let's say for instance, I key in something on let's see, what is everybody kind of talking about now. Let's see, let's look and see what they're talking about. Relationship, because everybody want to talk about a freaking relationship. Get a relationship with yourself and God. That's what we need to do, right? Get a relationship with God. Okay, now there's a query that is saying, what's very popular. There's a wheel that will normally pop up when you go to Answer the Public, answerthepublic.com. So it's still there. You can register. They have a free version, and it tells you how many searches is, and how popular that particular word is. So whatever your niche is, whatever topic that you're into, or what you're talking about, then you will have some kind of feedback around, some way that you can get some feedback around that particular word, and something that will allow you to, allow you to kind of elaborate, and then go ahead, and then that way you can put content out there around that topic, so where others will understand. And then you can maybe create a video. It'll help you get ideas, so you won't be out here by yourself just trying to figure all of that out. Then it'll tell you about, if you're working on doing a campaign for this, it gets a little deeper, that you can even determine on how much you can spend on ads. You can come up with your ad budget. It's so, but this is where you get into doing the work. So anyway, we'll talk about all of this in the 90 days intensive, if you are going to be a part of it. And these are the things that help you grow your business. Okay. It's more to it than you just out here doing a video. Hey, how you doing? It's more to it than you just out here doing a video, or you just out here just winging it and don't have a sense of direction. This is when the work comes in, and this is why a lot of you are not growing your business, because you're not doing the major things from this standpoint of this area here. Okay. So with that being said, let's kind of go on and keep on, because I have a few more, and I'm gonna stop, and then we'll do another part a little later, because I am going to enjoy myself today. So let's see here. And okay, now you have all kind of other things that you can add on to your gold mine, your creative way of how you're going to pursue business out here in the world. There's e-commerce products that you can add on to your whatever it is. You can have a service or you can have something that's totally different, but adding e-commerce, adding merchandise, having an additional stream inside your ecosystem that you've already created. That can be further on down the line, but this is a money making tool that I don't want you to just forget about. But like I said, it all come together. But these are some of the things that you need to know, that you're not limited to one area. You need to build on other areas in your business as you grow it, and don't falter on it. Okay. But you have to be strategic every day. You have to be working on something that's going to help you get there, working on something that's going to help you get to the next level in your business. And then also you may even want to do a book version of whatever you have. It's not only you can just stop there, or you can just start there with a book. Like now I've created a lot of ebooks to go with what I do, but I am working on doing a book now. I'm looking at it. And a friend of mine told me to do this book years ago, but I think now is how the reason why our African American men lose so much wealth, because I just kind of come up with a good title for it, but I don't want to tell you too much about the other end, because some I don't want nobody to just try to. And then I'm learning to just keep some of my plans and my goals to myself. So, and you do the same. So people out there waiting on, they don't have any creativity of their own, and they waiting to snatch what you have out there in the atmosphere. But I know what God has for me, it is for me. But I don't want to give him I don't want to tempt him either. All right, now the next thing is, having products on Amazon, having that particular, having that portion in your business too. And then also ordering raw materials. I know the tariffs is going to change a lot of things. Tariffs is going to make things a little bit more expensive for you to, excuse me, more expensive for you to be able to get the raw materials to make certain things, and the prices go up. And then, but you can always add something around that to entice and make your product and service be more attractive, even with the high tariffs. So you can come up with creative ways to make it, so where the person say, okay, I'm getting a whole lot of value for this, even though the price has gone up, I'm still getting this other value. So, whatever it is, you can create a little book or something to go along with it if you creating a product, or giving them something incentive that will match whatever you have. Okay. So now I know a lot of people do this private labeling. I'm sure you've heard people are doing live streams, and they're trying to create businesses around this kind of thing for you to just get totally into that. But this can just be an addition to your business. It don't have to be the end all be all. Okay. And then also the drop shipping is not dead, but you have to you just be careful and know what you're doing when it comes down to drop shipping. Okay. So that way, that is a real thing out here. And then also just making sure that you are testing what you're doing, making sure that you are using the tools that's going to help you, because everything won't be for every business and everybody. And that's why the 90-day intensive, it's going to help you. It's going to make sure that you are doing just that, getting the right information and getting the right things and setting up the right strategies for your business ideas. No matter what it is, you can be a lawn care service owner, you can be a service provider for any industry, whatever it is. All of these have some complementary services with them for you to implement in your business. So there's no reason for you to worry about anything. Just like with me, I've added some more financial things to my business with Push to Dream. Not this season, I work with this company and I was doing the tax thing. So, and I find out a lot of businesses. I discovered a lot of things about small business owners that I'm going to be able to create more of a course to help with that in that area as well too, because a lot of you don't know what you can write off for as your taxes. You don't have things structured in a sense that the IRS has codes that if you have this done, you can write off this, and if you have that done, you can write off that. And a lot of you may not know that, so that's what I'm going to focus on too, coming up to it, and part of that will be in the intensive too as well. But that's what I want to begin to educate a lot of you on. You're just leaving money on the table. So we got to stop doing that too as well. Yep. Okay. Now, Media now. This is going to be the next, kind of next to the last one. Well, this is going to be the last one here. Media. Media is a very important part to any business because now people attention span is that of a nanosecond. So you got to just you got to keep them excited. This is like when you're in a relationship. If you don't keep that relationship excited, baby, they going somewhere else. Okay, let's keep it 100. They're going somewhere else. And so it's the same is with your customer. Your customer, you don't keep them excited, and if you don't give them something fresh and new, and you don't stay abreast of what's going on in the world, then guess what? Your customer's going somewhere else too as well. They're gonna go where the excitement is, and just face it, knowing getting media, whether you're going to hire a team or learning more about media and how you can get your things out there out here into the world, into the marketplace, that is going to benefit you tremendously. So you don't want to leave that on the table. But there are some little things inside of that media preparation that you need to know. You need to know more about the advertisement, setting up a conversation of, learning about what networking, how you can network in your media, and into when you may get to that level. I don't know whether any of you want to, brand sponsorships, whatever you want to do in that area, negotiating if someone approaches you, knowing how to negotiate these kind of things. So this is all in. We'll touch on that, but this will be a separate course all in itself because you need to know about these things. And so this is what can help you to get to the next level too as well. So, and then just staying out there, really learning and really keeping yourself in the know of the upcoming business opportunities for yourself, and knowing that you have greatness within you. You just have to continue to believe in yourself and continue to doing the things that you know that is right for you to do. And when it comes down to you doing the things that's going to help you get to the next level, not what anybody else saying, you doing the work. Don't worry about what the naysayers out there saying. You do the work. Okay. All right. Well, I'll stop there today because, like I said, today is my birthday and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. All right. So, anyway, thanks so much for being here, and I appreciate you for listening. Please share this out. Let others know that they have what it takes to build an empire for their families. Don't only work a 9 to 5 and don't do anything else with your life. Please continue to move forward and continue to be the best you can be out here in the world, because God created you for something so great. And if you only believe that you were created for greatness, that is when you're going to accomplish and achieve the goals that you need to accomplish and achieve. It won't happen until you're ready for it to happen. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Okay? So, alrighty. See y'all later. You have a beautiful day. Bye bye.